So here's my center back, here's my midriff lining, here's my yoke lining. On the other side, here's my midriff lining, here's my yoke lining. I want to sew them together at the waist from the inside. So I'm going to start by grabbing the two center backs and putting them together. So I'll pin at the 1-inch seam allowance notch, and I'll pin at the corners. And then I'll keep pulling the yoke through, the yoke and the midriff through, and then I have this princess notch that I gave myself to match them at the waist. So I'll put a pin there, and I'll keep pulling it through until I get all the way to the side seam corner. I'm not going to sew all the way there, just like I did on the others. I'm going to give myself 2.5 inches of freedom to decide later how this is going to all play out. Okay, so also from the center back here all the way to this red pin 2.5 inches from the side seam. And I'll do the same thing to the other side, but let's start with this one. So I'm going to sew this with 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay, let's go turn this right side out, see what it looks like. It'll definitely need some pressing, but let's just get a look at it. That's not good. I tossed my fabric and it got hung up on something. Okay. All right. So a little fluffy and pillowy and in need of some pressing, but looks like it's gonna be okay. So I'm going to do the same thing to this other side, And now that I'm looking at it, I'm wondering if maybe I'll just sew this waist seam together all the way to the side seam. Yeah, I think that'll work out well. Yeah, we'll leave it open. It's a decision we can make later. Okay, so now I'm gonna take these guys, right? I'm gonna line up those two center back corners. Actually, let me not put my red one there. My red has meaning. So I'll use the red one for where we want to stop. So I'm pulling these together, right sides together. There's that notch I gave myself. And I'll come all the way around to the side seam. But I'm not going to sew all the way to the side seam because I haven't figured out how I'm going to finish this yet. So I'm going to give myself a little space right there. And let's go sew this one together. Okay, great. So now, let's see how many minutes this video is. Only 10. I'll do the center back as a separate video.